Good evening, good evening, good evening. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night Live. Now you will notice if you look very carefully, or not very carefully, that we don't have Stuart tonight. We don't have Stuart because Stuart is not very well at the moment. He may be off for a few lives, but he will be back bigger and better than ever. So all the best wishes out for Stuart tonight. He's okay though. He's okay. He's holding his own. He's all right. Ace and the Mistress are a bit tied up this evening as well. They've got some stuff going on. So what we've done is we thought Friday nights are all about having a chat. They're all about laying stuff to rest. They're all about talking about the issues of the week and all the day. So we dredged through all of the archives. We looked through everywhere that we could, and we thought we can't do it alone tonight. We need somebody with us. So we thought we need somebody that is objectionable, right? Somebody that is honest and straight to the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that doesn't hold back, right?
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't pull any punches, just gives them and dishes them out.
And pulls his pants down.
Pulls his pants down or other people's and gives them a good spanking when they need it. It's been a long time, but for one night only, ladies and gentlemen, the retired, distinguished gentleman and legend that is Mr. Cooper has returned for one night only to lay down the laws on this vaping community. Mr. Cooper.
Live long and prosper. The thing is, guys, apparently Boris Johnson wasn't available, so they got me instead.
We did look for Boris.
Yeah.
But he was a bit tied up with some sort of party that was going on.
It was, yeah. He didn't want to say what kind of party, but ropes and chains were involved. Leeds.
Cooper, it's good to see you back.
Well, it's good to be back, bro. You know what I mean? It's been a long. How long has it been? October, wasn't it? October, November, December, January, February. It's 4 months.
About
4 months.
It's
a little bit longer than that. It's about that long.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's about that long. It's been 4 months, but I'm very, very delighted to be back, especially when this is Late Night Live and Unleash, because of course you've unleashed me up for 3.5 years, and I did my very best to maintain a credible and empathic. Is that the word? Yeah. Anyway, it's a word now, and I tried to maintain that level of discipline. But tonight I can say what the fuck I want.
That's very true. And on that note, on the bottom of the screen, you'll see L&L Unleashed. DTM Vapes will not be held responsible for the content of our guests or comments in the chats. It is for personal opinions and views. Enjoy and have your say. This is the show on Friday night where not only do we have some games to get you on that awesome box of stuff, we've got some real nice races tonight. As always races on a Late Night Live. But not just that. But we address the matters of the moment.
We do.
The issues of the day. We talk about kicking midgets. We talk about anything. I mean, no hole's a goal, for need of a better sentence.
It certainly is on this Friday night, bro, and I think that was very succinctly put. I agree entirely with what you just said. And, of course, we are open. We're open. The floor is open, boys and girls. Absolutely open. If there is something amongst the vape community you'd like to talk about, then this is the place to come and talk about it. We are here to hear what you've got to say, to listen, to absorb. We're like a sponge. He's like a coiled spring. He's ready to go. But I'm like a sponge. I'm willing to absorb everything you've got to tell me. And, of course, we will offer considered opinion based upon that.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say hi to everyone in the comments, but Ash has gone absolutely fucking nuts and tagged everyone in the entire planet in, which is awesome. Guys, give it the cheekiest of shares and get it out to everywhere you know. Get as many people in as possible because everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome to have their say. Cooper, what are you vaping on?
I am vaping. I was going to say, well, I nearly said Crown Jewels. I am on a Champagne Supernova in the Velocity. On the G-Priv Pro in there, I've got Hey Jude, which is also in my Nord 50. But I've brought the Velocity in here tonight because you know me, bro. I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to the old Champagne Supernova. It's my juice of choice.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And that was one of the first ever juices that were done, and it
certainly was
done to your precise recipe of choice.
It was. This was a juice that I'd thought about for years and years and years. And when the opportunity came along and presented itself to have our own flavours produced, this was top of my list. And it's been there ever since. It's been rivaled. We've introduced other salts over the years that have come close. Hey Jude is superb, by the way. Absolutely superb. But I still my go-to flavour is Champagne Supernova.
There is a strong possibility that if you're all watching tomorrow night, there could be a big announcement as to expanding the range. But who knows? Who knows? Well, I mean, I don't like to confirm or deny these situations. But I would like to say that I'm on my Unibox tonight. And I am on, which I can't tell you because it's a secret. And on the G-Priv, I'm also, there's devices everywhere. The G-Priv, I am on another secret juice. There might be one in the Origin Mini, you never know. There could be one in the Velocity. There might be one in the Pause Pro, I'm just not really sure. The Vativ might have sat in it. Because we're testing like fucking lunatics. But there is
of course, stuff. I know nothing.
Nothing? He knows nothing. He knows nothing.
I know nothing.
I knew that years ago.
That's again.
Have you noticed that I have obeyed Orbs and I am wearing a t-shirt this evening?
Mm-hmm.
Partially uniformed. But Orbs, I'm only sat in my pants.
So's Wilson, don't worry about it.
The mistress says, I know your secrets.
She does.
Right, hold on a minute. Let's just don't cheeky share, just give it a share. The mistress said. Dave Ace is on, or Digger Dave, as some people like to call him, is or driller. Vitefly Branhide SBS with
Brunhild.
Mini Tongue and DTM Black Velvet. Black Velvet is very nice.
That was what Paul's flavour. That's what Paul's flavour's become, isn't it? Black Velvet.
It was Heisen Iceberg.
Heisen Iceberg, brilliant.
It's now Black Velvet in a little boy's smile.
Yeah. I must say, on the subject of the name changes and the rebranding, I love it. I love the way everything's gone to that musical, that drop the mic theme. It's fantastic. The names that have been chosen for these things, there's clearly a lot of thought going into that, and I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
That was a mic drop. Like that one. I forgot to be that there. That's better. Now we're talking. Now we're fully in uniform. You know? So how is retirement treating you?
It's very well, thanks, bro. I've really enjoyed retirement. I've had a little bit of a battle to get my pension sorted out, but got there in the end. And now that I've sort of financially secured our situation for a little while, I'm very much enjoying it. I just wish it was sunny so I could go fishing.
But then, surely now you could go abroad and go fishing if you wanted.
I can go wherever I want now, bro, because I've got the underfinch, so I can do what the hell I like.
He's got an underfinch. The mistress
wanted to be under a fish.
is on maybe he just wants to be under something. I don't know. Maybe that's Obelisk 65. Where you?
I could probably lay flat on my back and the underfinch would go straight over me without touching the bottom.
I doubt that very much, but hey ho.
I think if you were to see that the kitchen door open, you'd probably get a punch in the face.
Yeah, probably.
Also, Champagne Supernova and Orange Mini. Everyone's loving the Champagne Supernova. as they always.
Obviously.
But guys, I've got to tell you, as good as Champagne Supernova is, and stands with an announcement tomorrow night, which you will find out. We have backed it up with some of the finest additions to what we already do. So, Cooper, adjust your hat, please. You need to pull it back a little on your bubble.
Is that better?
I'm on the Oxford. I'm taking it that'll be Burt Reynolds.
No, that is Matthew Reid.
Matthew Reid, how you doing? I'm on the Oxford Slim with Catapult Cherry Cola from King of Ape.
Which is now Rocky Girl.
And it's DTM. It is rocking. So you're right. See, I fucked it.
I've been, studying. I've been doing my research.
Checking the list twice.
I'm impressed. And guys, if you want any, all the salts are about to be uploaded to the website with a little slight reduction in price. But as you can see here, right across here, all of the salts are now fully in stock, which means one special thing as well for all of the monthly sub club users. This month there should potentially and hopefully be a full range of everything that we have in our arsenal. I did say arsenal, not arse.
You did. Would this, since as I know nothing, would this include the possible introduction of new salts which you can neither confirm nor deny tomorrow night?
No.
The answer to that will be revealed tomorrow night. It's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
I would imagine that if we are producing salts at the rate that we are, it would only be fair for the exclusive sub club to be able to.
I think that's a fair decision. Absolutely.
He's only saying that because he's in the salt club.
That's exactly
yes.
what I still can't.
Correct.
Because there wouldn't be an announcement tomorrow night if it did confirm or deny any of the situation that we're talking about.
But as per usual, Cooper comes early.
Cooper always comes early,
exactly.
And Kirsty will testify to that.
It's been a lifelong struggle.
So while you've been in your retirement situation, while you've been relaxing, and have you been casting an eye over the vaping world or the community?
Well, of course. Hey, bro, I'm never far away, am I? I'm never far away. You know, I was on a Facebook ban over Christmas, as most people know, so I didn't get a lot of Facebook time over Christmas. But of course, you can still have a look and see what's going on. And I do like to keep my oar in. You know, always like to keep my oar in.
You like to keep your what in?
Oar.
Oh.
Imagine, think boat. Think boat, bro.
And I can tell you something.
And I can do my telly.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Wilson.
Hang on. I've just turned my telly off. Let me just turn it back.
Well done.
I'm working on it.
Yes, I've managed to watch one or two dramas unfold. Never far enough away, she says. No, that's true. She doesn't go fishing, though. I've managed to watch one or two dramas unfold, as they invariably do within the vape community.
You think it would go off on the screen then?
TV switched to standby mode automatically because nobody was me. Wilson almost fucked it. Never far enough. That's not very nice. It's not very nice.
That there will be no HG available. I think we're going missing before the list goes live.
Because somebody really likes Hey Jude. She also likes the one that I can't confirm or deny for tomorrow. Which is
I'll be watching with bated breath, obviously, to find out what exactly is coming.
That's the one you like.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I said the Mistress said there will be no Hey Jude.
Because I'll tell them, since you're not.
But that's your
on
job.
The Lux 80 is also a secret salt, which is Orb's weapon of choice at the moment. It is the same as what's in this one because I'm not allowed to touch this one.
Matt, you'll love them.
Pat should be on his way.
He will be.
But with Eunice, might be a bit late.
Yeah, your salts might come through the air with a postie. But yes.
That's what's happening.
So,
Yeah, it was Mistress that said that HG.
guys, remember, you can have your opinion. You can have your say on anything that is discussed tonight. I would suggest, since we've got a few in, we could maybe do a race first, and then we'll get balls deep in some situation.
Why not?
How does that sound?
That sounds good to me.
And since you're here, Cooper, you may as well.
No, this is really cold. Oh, is that your secret diary?
Yeah. What's it called again? What's he going to do to the races?
Commentating.
I'm going to commentate, but bearing in mind, I am commentating from a position of lag. Oh no, I'm not, because I can see him on the screen, can't I? I just can't see me.
What a donut. Always deep thing.
There you go.
Wow.
Went to see an house the other day because we're thinking about downsizing now. The second eldest daughter's moved out, and we went to see an house. And you walk through the kitchen to get to the living room at the back, and at the back of that there's a utility room. I'm only walking around the utility room trying to figure out where the oven and the fridge and all the rest of it would go.
Does it
This
though?
This is why I've retired.
Does it have the magical gates we spoke of?
No,
We didn't get it, unfortunately. We didn't get it, unfortunately, but we are in for another one now at the moment. So
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
It happens for a reason.
You can't believe
It does indeed.
He said we was going to have a sex dungeon. Yeah.
We are going to have a sex dungeon.
He joked about me having a sex dungeon.
Yeah, but we're
Ripping
going
midget.
to have
Can you not remember?
No. I can't remember you having a dream about her in sex dungeons. What the fuck? Where was I that night?
I was in the garage with midgets apparently.
Laura said, "What's an house? Is that how you downsize from a house?"
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, just drop your H. Just drop the H and you've downsized.
Well, I know.
So we need a hashtag. Orbs is the hashtag master. So if you stick a hashtag in, I will pin it. Guys, all you've got to do is copy that hashtag and we will put your name on and we will get you your names to Stuart, who will be hopefully back very soon and will be able to pull the box. And the box at the moment has got hardware in it. I know that much. It's going to have.
Are we sure it's a box? It's not a bag, is it?
I don't know if it's a box or a bag or a bag. I mean, it's not a what's in the bag kind of situation because people rip that off in certain situations.
That's true.
But it could be a box or it might not be a box or it could be something else. But I'm pretty sure it's something like the Sorry Not Sorry.
No, that was last month.
Melt box. Was that last month?
That was last month.
Shit, so you didn't name this month.
Yeah, but he made it one.
He did. I can't remember what it was, but he did.
He's not even here to confirm it.
No, he's not here to confirm. So he can't confirm or deny either. So, names.
Already down.
Guys, get hashtagging the shit out of that. LNL Unleashed.
I'm in. Laura's making her own up. Probably get away with that.
I'll just put my own hashtag because that's how I roll.
No, then she's not getting it. She ever puts mine.
Close. It's close.
No. I think we'll give a number to Stu tonight since he's not well as well.
You've already put him on there.
Can't tell you what we're racing yet because but it is in keeping with our discussions this evening.
It's themed.
Themed. That's I was looking for that.
Yeah, it's themed.
I missed that prompt.
You bastard.
Yeah,
I mean, it's always
I like to help out where I can.
Yeah, but that's if Cooper still goes by script, where we just go with the flow.
He does go by script.
Yeah, I'm still working by the script, Orbs. I know you don't have one, but I like to work from my own. Truth is, we never had one. We just used to say we had.
Just so we don't break their paper.
Mark, Paul, when
Already.
how many we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You got us on it.
Yeah.
So there's 9 so far.
Such Stu bends over whilst wearing stockings and takes a thumb up the bum and screaming
that's spot on the roster. That's what kind of box it. In fact,
that has to be the box.
I think that's what the box is going to have to be called.
Let me take a picture.
Fair enough.
Get a screenshot.
Oh, yeah.
I've got it.
I've done it. You lose there. I was one step ahead.
I want a screenshot of that because that is definitely what he will want to come back to.
So that's what you can win this month, boys and girls. If that ain't appealing, nothing is.
So we have got how many? Let's get this done.
How many did I say?
You just don't get that kind of box title in any other vape group in the community.
Why not? She ain't got one.
It just doesn't happen.
Where's Ash? Ash, where are you? Get that hashtag up.
Well, I think you should include Ash anyway for his phenomenal hashtagging. Can we call it hashtagging?
Hashtagging.
Yeah, can we drop the H on that as well and call it hashtagging? Yeah, I thought so.
Why am I worried about what's going to come out of his mouth?
Do you know what? I gave up about 2 shows in to all them years ago. I must have only been 2 shows in, and I thought,
yeah,
fuck it.
Can you please have me?
Let him get on with it.
Give her a number.
She's got a good bit.
Ash is probably away hashtagging some other life. I mean, we got.
But it's his birthday, so he could be pissed.
It's his birthday. He might be getting some.
It is his birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Ash, by the way. It's his birthday.
Ew,
I
so
was going to sing happy birthday to him, but I don't think he's in the room, so he's.
No.
So let's see. Let's set this one up. Okay, so we have got 10 numbers, and aptly tonight, as we are talking about certain things in certain situations, there's only one race that we could have tonight.
pigeons.
And I say bring on the clowns.
Love the clowns. Love them. I'm liking the look of Clown 6, actually.
And we can't only do 10 seconds because that wouldn't be much clowning around. See what I've done there?
Is that all we can do? No, we can do more than that, can't we? Yeah. That's more like it.
Hold on, is...
Good evening, Rara.
Ash, we don't want to know what you're trying to eat. As long as it's not from Ocean City Chinese, I'll have a fucking rant about that bastard in a minute. Because the guy from Ocean City Chinese in Plymouth was lucky that I didn't pull his fucking eyeballs out yesterday. But we'll get on to that subject. It's not vaping related, but since we're on a roll, it's only fair that it should come out.
Don't matter. I've got one as well. I've got one.
Rara.
Rara, you put in the hashtag
before we start.
To get inside Stuart's box.
Hashtag Late Night Live Unleashed, Rara. Quickly. Hurry up. Let's have your clown racing. I'm retired from being retired. For one night only, Rara. For one night only. Well, tonight anyway.
Why do you get that feeling he needs to sing that song?
One night only?
Yeah.
It'll come.
One night only for you.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, it wasn't the one I was thinking of either.
Well, you see. I'm back from a certain generation, a certain age,
Right, we've got 10.
Yeah.
We are ready. I didn't even get your fucking comment off the screen yet.
I'm definitely rooting for 6.
1, 2, 3.
So,
I don't know who 6 is, but I'm liking the look of 6.
Say that.
Say it again when you're ready.
Stop.
Oh, and we're away. And what did I say about number 6? Look at that. Bursts free from the line and takes an early lead. Excellent work from number 6, the funniest looking clown out there. 7 and 2 are keeping very close check. In fact, 7 and 2 have both gone past number 6, who's now having a little break halfway through the race. We've got it's number 9 on the far side, who's putting in a strong show at 20 seconds. I still think 6 is going to come from the back, but 7 maintains its lead. 3's having a little wobble and trying to find its way forward from 8, 9, 7. And number 1 on the inside isn't giving up. But where is number 6? Nowhere to be seen. We've got a late burst from number 8. Can it hold? No, it's number 9. It's number 9.
Digger himself.
Number 9 is Digger Dave. And in customary conditions, you have to let us know that you're here to claim.
Who is it?
Number 9 is Ace.
Ace, well done, man. Well done.
The driller from Manila.
He's
Mr.
among it. He's among it.
Mick
He's
Cartman.
here. He's here.
Hope you're well, Mick. Hope you're well. Can't wait to get you back. We need you. We've got some stuff coming up that's going to spike your interests and give you more excitement than Viagra on a Friday night. What is Friday night?
Felt great off.
Nice to see you, Mick, by the way.
I need a hairband.
Do you know, it's always good to see him pop up.
Yeah,
it
but
is.
does it just drop the mic? Same thing you're saying, drop the mic.
Drop the Mick.
Drop the mic.
Yeah. We'll never drop the Mick. Mick is part of us forever.
Yeah, but Mick drops the mic.
Does that include a golf course?
Yes, it does.
It does. I'm pretty sure that the refusal to remove Mick from any form of status has been approved by the Morgan Freeman Appreciation Society. I've not even had a drink.
At this precise second.
So,
We're waiting for Eunice to fly over.
where do we start? Boys and girls, your opinions matter. We want to know what you think of the current situation of the vaping community. Do you feel part of a community? Do you not feel part of a community? Do you feel like there's several communities? Do you feel like people are together or apart? Do you like being in one place or in lots of places? Do you like gangbangs or don't? No, that's a different night.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, get your opinions out there.
Wash them doors, windows.
Would you like me to cast an opinion, bro, based upon sort of a retrospective back over the last few months before I retired?
Yes.
And it might bring it up to date a little bit. Cooper, wash them door windows. Well, yeah, I will do, woman. I'll wash them before I come back in.
Remember as well that
go on.
all of these years ago, when you were doing your thing and then I came along, there was community then, and it's changed from now to then as well. I think
it has, absolutely.
I think it's all important to the conversation as well.
It is important. You see, going back 3-4 years ago, the competition for airtime was mainly between community groups. It wasn't so much between manufacturers, either hardware or juice. It was more about the groups. And I think what's happened and was happening towards the end of my time, certainly in a couple of the manufacturers groups that we were involved in, was that individuals, group owners were coming into those groups as though they were retailers. And that created some problems because the manufacturers found it difficult to differentiate between actual retailers, shops online, whatever they might be, and free shit hunters. And by free shit hunters, I cast a wide net there, because your groups have every right to test juice, to test hardware and all the rest of it, and promote what they like, where they like, and all the rest of it. That's fine. But the impact that can have on retailers became increasingly pressurized, because the retailers, in many respects, were being overlooked. And you and I both know, Wilson, the arguments I had in one certain group about that with one certain manufacturer. I won't name them because that's not fair. But that created issues for the retailers, mainly amongst looking for free stuff, giving free stuff away en masse, same free stuff in different community groups over and over and over again. How are the retailers supposed to retail that manufacturer's product when the free shit hunters are swamping the get free shit market? It's problematic. It's difficult. And there are certain individuals, group owners amongst that lot that make it a nightmare for the retailers. Now, in business, everything is fair in love and war. Competition is healthy for your customers and for the buying public. Absolutely. But when that competition is filtered down to include groups that will grab the free shit they can get, run away with it, give a load away to increase their group numbers, and then move on to the next supplier for their free shit. There is very little longevity or loyalty involved in that. And my issue is with the manufacturers and the brands not listening or appreciating that, because as retailers, there has to be longevity. You offer their products as close to retail price as possible, which is what they ask you to do. And yet they're dishing out free shit, which is being given away, which then impacts on your capacity and your ability to be able to retail the product which they brought you in for in the first place. Numbers in groups is great, but it doesn't equate to sales. And when the sales drop, the manufacturers wonder why. And they wonder why because they're not listening to the retailers. The retailers who are actually talking sense to them and who will remain loyal to them. This is a problem that possibly is behind the scenes in the vape community, but it impacts on everybody in the vape community because there's a knockdown effect. That free shit runs out. It expires. There comes a certain point where manufacturers of juice, of hardware will say, we can't give any more away. We've hit our budget for it and we can't do it. And then all of a sudden, because the free shit stops, the publicity stops. And the manufacturers sit there going, what's happened? You didn't listen. Please listen. Because the advice is genuine, sincere, and heartfelt. And there are potential customers out there who would be loyal to your product if you worked and listened to the retailers much more closely than you listen to the groups. I'm not denigrating the groups. I'm not saying the groups are in any way problematic within the community. It is that relationship that they look to develop with the manufacturers, juice, hardware, etc., that causes the problems with your potential customer base. You must start listening. When you listen to the advice of group owners, admins, whatever, that are there for what they can get and then will disappear to the next one, you are not building brand confidence in your products. That's the problem. Wilson will confirm. This is an argument I had over a year, 18 months with manufacturers.
We had a conversation with a particular brand quite a long time ago about their prices and where we thought their prices should be.
Yeah.
And they listened. And ever since, their prices have stuck.
Yeah.
The price that their stuff is valued at, it's worth 1,000,000 times that. But
yeah,
I always remember you in that conversation, you saying to them, you drop prices for this one, that one, you devalue everything.
Devalue it, yeah.
Not just the devices, but your business.
Brand. The brand name is devalued, yeah.
But there is a lot of brands out there that still don't listen. And that's why, for a lot of years, and we've seen this and we've tried to tell people for a lot of years, a lot of the bigger brands, and we don't know everything, but we know a bit because we've been around. A lot of these brands, they come with some good stuff, and then they disappear for a year or 2 years. Nobody's buying their stuff because they don't listen to the people that sell these stuff, the people that give them away, the people that have them in prices. Because if anyone knows, people like us and other people that are in the same situation as us know what sells. They know what people want. They know what people like. You don't know everything because sometimes I'm looking at stuff to add to the website and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm missing stuff sometimes, and people are saying, why have you not got that on? Why have you not got that on?
Yeah.
And because I thought it was shit. So you don't know everything.
You don't. You know, another major thing that attaches itself to that, to do with pricing, is that you, as a retailer, get to understand your customers' budgets. You know what they can and can't afford. If a device is overpriced at RRP, then as retailers, we always took that back and fed it back to the manufacturers. Whether it be a device or whether it be juice, etc., we would say, look, this is a great product, this is a great juice, but at that retail price, you're going to struggle amongst our customer base because our customer base budget doesn't extend that far. Now, when you're designing a device, surely part of the business plan, or when you're designing a new juice, is what's the cost of our design costs? What does it cost us admin-wise? and what does it cost us to produce that juice? If that comes out at, let's for an example, pull a £5 note out the air, and they want to sell that at 15, then they're pricing a certain amount of the customer base out of that potential ability to afford that product. And that's profit chasing. And I understand that because all businesses have to make money. However, if you have 100 people in this group that you're targeting your brand at, and only 20 can afford the 15, yet 50 could afford it if it was a tenner, is it not stupid to exclude that large majority of people whose budget doesn't extend that far? Does it make business sense to do that? For me and for you, it didn't, which is why we spent so much time and effort with Smock, with Oxford, with others, saying, guys, we need to be able to offer this at this price. This is where our customers want to be with it. And we managed to negotiate special deals.
But still keeping it at a price that there's always the few, and we've seen it time and time again, where people try and undercut your bottom price. Which is
we've watched small retailers selling stuff at a loss. Ridiculous. Why would you sell stuff at a loss?
Get a one up when it's not.
It's purely and simply to take business away from other retailers, which they think will damage that retailer. It doesn't. Damages them. If they're undercutting us, they're not taking anything away from us, because when we sell a product, it's got a small profit on it. When they sell a product, they're selling it at a loss. That's just stupid. Might be great for the customer on the 1 or 2 off purchases, but it's bad for the brand, and it's bad for the longevity of their business. You sell something at a loss over a long period of time, your money runs out. Full stop.
What I've noticed as well is, more so in the last year or so, and we've said it before, and it happens again and again, a lot of these brands will try and reinvent themselves. They'll take some stuff out that's very, very reasonable stuff. What they do, though, is, we'll get on our comments in a second. What they do is they will employ some of the people that have the best mouths to be able to bullshit to get a load of free stuff. What they do is they keep most of the free stuff for themselves, and they sell the rest within a group, not a business, which takes it away from the businesses, in my opinion.
Yeah. You mean like sending people flowers and all the rest of it?
Knickers.
Yeah.
It's one of them situations. They will. You said it a minute ago, right? They will lick the asshole of anyone that will give them free stuff. And shoot on their doorstep. And we've seen it. We've seen it time and time again,
over and over.
And it will happen again, because what I'm trying to say is, new people come in to take over the social network part of things, and they might have been around for a year or a couple of years or whatever, and don't actually understand sometimes. They don't actually understand sometimes that when you're telling somebody something, you're telling them for very, very good reason.
Yeah.
Because the very people that are milking them are the people that will hurt them bad.
That's the point, bro. You speak sense to a supplier, juice or hardware. You speak sense from a business perspective. And the ones that are in there for what they can get, the free stuff, don't like the sense, because it doesn't make sense to them. Because if the suppliers and the manufacturers, etc., listen to that sense, that free shit isn't going their way.
And that's exactly it. I mean, look, we've always had the opinion to brands that if they want us to promote their stuff, we'll promote them. Now, we promote them in a different way than everybody else. And we've always said it. What we do is different. We have nights like tonight where you get everything out. You say what you've got to say, all that stuff. We have nights like Super Bowl and stuff like that, where people can win a 60, 70 quid device for £2. They can also win a pod for £2. It just depends. But they won't get that anywhere else. But you've also got game show nights. It's all about the fun. It's all about the entertainment. We've always said, back from before it was DTM and it was KOV and all that stuff, if it was about money, we wouldn't be here. And that still sticks to this day. It's about the entertainment and something different for people to watch. Because as far as I can see, I sit at night a lot of the time when I'm working or doing whatever else I might be doing at the time, and looking at
17,464.
65.
You missed a couple.
Sorry.
Yeah, you've been out.
You missed a couple hundred.
And the thing is, you put me right off now. Right off.
That's what producers do best.
I watch lives, whether I'm in that live or whether I'm just watching it. Because as somebody that does what I do, what you do, what we've done, what everyone does, you have to see what's going on so you can see what interests people. Because to do what we do, you have to be able to give the people what they're looking at the time.
Correct.
You've got to be hot on it. And that's what we always try to do. We don't always get it right, but we try it and get it at that. And that's what we've always done.
I thought you was always right.
And so I'm always right. I'm always right when it comes to judging people and shit.
In the long run, in the long term, he's always right.
I'm just going to quickly go over the comments for a minute. But Mick, this year, this is the year of the disposable pod. Worst products in the vape industry also hitting. Other products and manufacturers. Another vape company gone now as the disposable market is too big.
You see, I agree with him, and this comes back to the use of community groups by manufacturers to promote product. Gig Bar, Elf Bar, and all of the other disposable products that flooded the market over a year or so have really hit hard the manufacturers of pods, mods, tanks, etc. And these devices, for me, offer a quick fix if you're caught out short without a vape or you've burnt a coil, etc. But they've got to be a thing of habit for so many of the vaping community. And you are replacing disposable after disposable after disposable, and everything else gets left behind. That cuts out a huge part of the industry. It cuts out a huge part of the customer base, and it drives the industry in a direction that is not always best for the customer base.
See,
for the paying customer.
Talking about disposables in particular, my personal opinion of disposables, I've tried a lot of disposables because we get sent them, we try them, we put them in boxes, all that stuff. Some of them are good, like the CBD disposable up here. That you sent that over.
Yeah,
just a few. Really good.
Hey, great flavors, really good flavors.
My issue with disposables is if you've tried the juice from some of these companies, the juice is great. If you've tried the salts are great. When you try their salts or whatever in their disposables, I don't think it's the same at all. It's a lot more harsh.
Yeah.
Depending, most of them are 20 milligram because that's what they all seem to go for.
Yeah.
I don't think it does their juice any justice whatsoever when you can put it in a pod device. I know people are buying the disposables all over the place at the moment. People are mad for it. But just my opinion, I don't think it's as nice of a vape in a disposable device, unless there's something I've not tried yet. And I'll tell you one of the ones, and I'll be brutally honest. One of the ones that I have tried and I thought it was all right was the Oxford from Oxford. The disposable was actually quite nice. It wasn't as harsh, but there is some other ones that are just a bit. For me, anyway. Maybe it's just me because I'm so used to what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with disposables, because they're so easy. That's why everyone's having so many problems with them, because of how fucking high it is, and you're not meant to sit and vape it constantly like everyone's doing.
Yeah.
That is the point. From a business perspective as well, for the high street vape stores, disposables are a nightmare because they can be bought over the counter at any corner shop. You know, at a cut down, knockdown price. So footfall into your high street vape stores drops accordingly. Now, for your customer, in the short term, for a cheap disposable pod, great. But when the market changes again and these things become the thing of yesteryear, and it will, it always does, technology moves on, where does that leave the customer when X number of high street vape stores have closed and had to close because disposable products are sold in the corner shop, often to kids? Where does that leave the customer base then in terms of value for money and choice? It leaves them fucked.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Do you know that I've noticed very recently, even as far as yesterday and stuff like that? We don't use a lot, but are very, very interested, and we love mix, for example.
Yeah.
People getting disposables and all that. There's a lot of people not getting mix anymore. And look at yesterday, there was an announcement from Merle's is closing. Due to certain circumstances and stuff like that as well. There's other ones. There was somebody else. Endless is closing.
Endless, yeah.
Kennedy closed.
Yeah, Kennedy was last summer.
A lot to do with the virus and all that stuff and whatever. But I think all of this disposables got a lot to do with that as well, because people aren't buying juice because they're getting disposables.
Absolutely. Don't underestimate the impact of disposables on those brand manufacturers.
Fortunately, I spoke to Sean today from Merle's, and there's a bit of business going on there, so they're never going to disappear entirely. But that is an announcement for the future. Something we talked about a long time ago and is in action as we speak. But it's a shame for these as well, because a lot of people have invested a lot of money in mix.
Mick said Kennedy's back up and running now.
Is it?
Let's go down in the comment there.
I'll get there in 2 seconds.
Good news. That's good news. That's good news. You see, Matt Green echoes the point that I made. He said it's not just a vaping community where local corner shops are selling them. They're being sold to underage kids, and that's disgusting. They are, and it is. I go to the school run every afternoon and pick my youngest daughter up. The number of kids that are walking down the street away from school with disposables in their hand is absolutely appalling. Where are they getting them? It's not from vape shops. Vape shops uphold the rules. They're getting them from corner shops.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's moving slowly. You're sticking a little bit, Cooper. I'll just go through a couple of the comments. My local vape shop made their own juice, charged £15 for a 50ml bottle. Yet charged the same amount for 100ml of another juice.
This laptop is shite. I'll go back on the iPad if I do this again.
It's very, very true, Matt. Very true. But a couple of years ago, I think some juices were well unworthy of £15 a bottle. I'm not saying the juice isn't as good anymore. That's not what I'm saying. But prices have got to change, especially. Cooper, you're going to have to jump back out and back in, I think. We will get Cooper back just in a second. I think, again, I'm not knocking disposables, because we would, and I'm really not, because we would have disposables. We've always got disposables here. We've always got them, and we always put them in prizes and stuff like that because people like them. And if people like them, you get them and you have them, and that's it. It's simple. But with people not buying juice and stuff, people are still charging £15 a bottle. They're not going to buy it for that price.
Matt's just said that his 12-year-old came home from school a few weeks ago and told me that his mates all had AirPods and that they bought them from the corner shop.
Yeah, this is the thing.
I punched in there with one.
It's an important thing as well, because there's a lot. I see it in every single shop I go into. So it is that easy for kids to get hold of them. And you might say it's safer than smoking or whatever. Not for a kid. A kid shouldn't be anywhere near that at all.
On Chicago Med, we watched it the other day. That 12-year-old, I know it's a fucking TV series, but that 12-year-old.
I've set the laptop off and just come back on my phone, so I can't see the comments. You'll have to prompt me for the comments.
So we're saying about people charging £15 for a 50ml bottle, yet some brands in the same shop that you can get 100 ml for the same price.
Yeah.
And I was saying again, you've got to go with the times, and I don't think juice is worth £15 a bottle.
No, we've always had that same ethos from the 2 vape shops that we had right the way through to moving online, and that is, what can the customer afford first of all?
Yeah,
that was the first consideration. If you've got a supplier that's wanting you to sell that juice at 15, and you know your customers are not going to be interested at 15 quid, that product's no good on your shelves or on your website. No good at all. Stock the products, the quality products, the best value products that are top grade premium that you can get at the cheapest possible price. It gives you customer value. It means they come back for repeat custom, and it means the industry keeps rolling. Overprice your product, and you might as well call it a day now.
Yeah, because if you're now, obviously, we're in that business of the juice and salts and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So we know how it works. We know it's not cheap. We know it's not, all that stuff. If your juice is that good, though, is it not better making a small profit and selling bucket loads of it?
Yes.
In my opinion,
of course it is.
Like a salt, right? Just for instance, and it's not about us and what we're selling tonight at all, but we're about to drop our prices of salts to £3 a salt. I've heard quite a lot of people talking in the last few days or the last week or whatever that they pay up to £5 for a salt. I can't.
Yeah, you still can.
Around my head, how. All right, like I say, you might not make a lot of profit. We've got salt subscribers, and they're getting it even cheaper than that. When you 25 quid for 10 salts every month, they're £2.50 each.
Yeah, that's posted though. That's posted.
Yeah, and they might not make, or we might not make much on that, but it's regular. And if lots of people are getting a subscription and you're making a little profit, surely that's more important than trying to sell or saturate the market with the same shit all the time. On most of the groups, most of the pages that I see, it's always the same shit. And these people, and we'll get onto that in a minute properly, but these people drive me fucking mad because people don't want to see the same thing day in and day out and day in and day out. And all the people that sucks the ass of these people to get their free juice from only one or two of these big companies, or think they're big companies, it's pointless, because all you do on your phone is go like that and just keep scrolling past. You don't stop anymore because there's nothing to look at when you're seeing the same thing all the time. There's been a couple of groups I've been in the last couple of days. I've joined a few new groups, and there's one or two that I've been in, and you see these same juices, but you see every other post is somebody's different juice, new juices of people that are trying to be upcoming, make new juice, take new juices out. These are the people that you should be investing money in my opinion, because these people, you will be very surprised, are probably real nice juices. And that's why with some of our reviews that we do on a Monday and a Wednesday, whatever, we're changing it up a little bit. We're always still with Vape Cargo because you've got new stuff.
Absolutely.
Whatever. But every other week is going to be a different juice manufacturer, and from the little guys to the big guys. Because everybody's juice deserves to be reviewed. Everyone's deserves to get pushed. And it's not about that. That's why I'm where it's clear. It's not about the money. It's about the quality of the juice and what people want and what they can afford. Like you said, that's surely what the most important thing. I'm just going to go on Matt there. Matt says
we built a business ethos around that, bro.
Yeah, 100% that. I'm just trying to. Mistress,
because I can't see the comments now.
The Mistress said, I'll go through a couple and then we'll come back to it, right? Well, Mistress said, I'm sick of seeing disposables littering in the streets, to be honest. I have them in the car for emergency use, but nothing beats a proper vape. Ace said, too many new Chinese companies popping up making disposables. And the problem is that as consumers have no idea what's in them or even know anything about the company versus brands that have taken to make a name within the industry. Matt says, Merle's are closing at the end of this month too. We were just talking about that a minute ago. Kennedy's back up. And Matt says, my 12-year-old came home from school with one. We're just saying that when you went off there, in every corner shop, the kids can pick up these. And they're supposed to be, I'm sure it's a Prove 25 thing or something.
It is. It's, absolutely is. And all your vape shops are doing that. All of them are conforming to TPD regulation, but your corner shops don't give a shite.
The Mick says, plus a lot of shops have been raided selling knockoff disposables with up to 50 milligrams.
Market's flooded with them. He's right.
I personally don't think any vape product should be sold outside reputable vape shops. I agree with that as well.
Yep, totally.
Mistress says, in today's market, I do think that some brands need to look at the price of their juice, as people don't want to pay £15, £20 a bottle. Not even that they don't want to, but they can't afford it. It's simple.
Can't.
Mick has seen salts as high as £6 a bottle. Matt says, I pay £5 for one or £12 for three from a local vape shop. £5 of salt makes no sense whatsoever. We have got, and we have stuck by it right from the start, the best concentrates that you can buy. And it doesn't matter how much they cost. They are very expensive, but we get the best concentrates that you can buy.
Yeah.
And even selling them at £3.50 or £3 a bottle, you still make a little bit profit that is enough.
It's just pennies, but it's enough.
Yeah, and that's that. It fucking makes me furious. Mick says also when people win their free shit a lot and end up being sold. When people win their free shit a lot end up, they get loads of free shit and they sell the free shit 100%.
And that happens mainly in the community groups, and this is one of the reasons I say it's great to get free shit, but don't sell it on if you're a community group. Then if you're given that to give away, it's got to be given away, but they don't. They hoard it and sell it.
Or they keep it for themselves.
They keep it themselves, yeah.
There is the other side of that where you've got promoters like Keith, for instance, promotes for a lot of places. He gets a lot of devices and a lot of RDs and stuff. And he takes a lot of pictures. He spends a lot of time doing the video, doing the photos, doing the write-ups.
Absolutely.
And all that. Now, that's different. But the other people that have got small groups for the single purpose of getting as much free shit as possible and then posting pictures, copying and pasting reviews from other people to make it look like they've done it.
Yeah.
And then they keep all the stuff to themselves and give the lower price stuff away in a one-off giveaway or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That happens far too often, and the usual suspects, the Joes and Marinas, are all over it. You know that we know they are. That these are the people that you need to be, asking questions of. But there you go. That's another thing. Mick saying all the corner shops want is money over the counter. Exactly. And the second point you make about this country going the same way as the USA, correct. That's what will happen if we don't get a handle on this.
Yeah, 100%. And that's just why I think it's good to have nights like this where people get to say, because you know what? You put a comment like this in most groups, they remove the comment.
They would, because it damages their ability to get more free shit.
Yeah, and it's pointless. You say what you've got to say, and that's it's a crazy place.
Do you know what's brilliant? What's encouraging about things like this as well? When I could see the comments and reading back through them, so many of those comments. In fact, I didn't see one that I didn't agree with. I agreed with every single one of them. People are talking sense. People understand the situation, and people have genuine concerns, certainly about disposable devices, which they are absolutely entitled to have and should have, because that kind of damage is being done to the industry and to our freedom as consumers. We will end up going the USA way if we don't get a grip on it.
As Dave says there, honesty, integrity are the key words. But I don't feel like there is that anymore. The minute you say anything, I've been in a situation recently where there's a lot of history, as you well know, Cooper, a lot of history with a lot of small groups and stuff like that. people that we have supported, people that we have promoted, people that we have helped build their groups. We've given them stuff to give away. We've given them hardware. We've given them juice. We've given them a lot of our time. We've had them in our groups to, to get them more confident doing stuff that they're doing on whatever. And I've been in a situation recently where these groups, because of the things that they've done and because they know that we know stuff, you get blocked. You get blocked from these groups. And when you go in and ask...
yeah. I'm still blocked from loads of them, bro.
In one particular group, I asked a simple question about why I was blocked from a group, because I thought, do you know what? It's the time of life where, I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but in the last year, I've had a year that you couldn't make up, you couldn't write, and it came to a stage where I thought, do you know what? Who gives a fuck about what's happening? Who gives a fuck about whatever? You put out an olive branch, and if people want you or claim to be in a community, you work together in that community.
Yeah.
You do whatever it takes, whether you like somebody, whether you don't like somebody. But you can't delete your past. You can't fucking come to somebody and block them or make a look to the world that you're all friendly and then block them when they're going into your page just to post a device or post a picture of your salt with your device or whatever. Surely if everybody was the same, there wouldn't be that issue. The minute that I put a comment in that particular chat, I was battered. And I mean battered. And I've got all of it there. I got absolutely annihilated by people that didn't know me. They didn't know you. They didn't know what we'd done before. They didn't know the history of the people that have done the certain things that they've done.
Yeah.
But it was almost like being in a playground full of bullies. And because I only asked why I was blocked, I was causing a problem. Now, I don't see in anyone's world how that is causing a problem, asking a simple question.
Had it been me that was blocked, I can understand it, because I generally don't just ask a question. I follow it up with a whole load of other stuff and all, because I get pissed off by things like that. But, not you. If you've extended the olive branch, you've held a hand of friendship out, only to have it chucked back in your face.
And we don't get me wrong, right? I've said this all along. We're not entirely innocent. We've not been. And I'll say this: we have been innocent, but we have said things when things need to be said over the years, and that's the way we've always done it. Because as a community, and it says there, Laura's just said it. That's wrong in itself, because surely as a community you should all be allowed to have a voice and open opinion freely. One question which resulted... Now, she's seen this chat. The Mistress seen this chat, and she said, one question which resulted in being jumped on like a pack of wolves on prey. It was ridiculous, because apparently asking questions makes you a shit person and the bad guy utter bollocks, which is 100% what it was.
Yeah, the one question doesn't make you a bad guy or anything else of it, but one question rattles a lot of cages. And whose cages has it rattled? The free shit hunters.
Because they don't want people to know what you know. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that is in the past. If they want me or you to bring up things that has happened, that's no problem, because we have done it on several occasions. In fact, we were right in the middle when all of the stuff all came out. Right in the middle. And that is why we had to part company with some of these people. Yeah. Because we weren't having that, and we weren't having it in what we claim as our community. Yeah. But again, you're made out to be the wrong one or whatever, and people don't listen to the people that have been here for the longest time and have supported all of these businesses when nobody else wanted to touch them for a long time.
It's true. My ethos has always been fuck them. But at the same time, it's all right taking that stance, which I've done a lot over the last few years. It's okay to take in that stance. But at the same time, you end up trying to play their game to protect your own business, like the amount of bans and reporting and all the rest of it. You end up having to play that same game, and you don't want to play it. You just want to say what you've got to say. Let them say what they've got to say, but they don't because they're cowards. They won't say it publicly,
Yeah.
and walk past it and go past it and leave it where it is. You either continue as friends and associates, or you disappear and don't bother each other. But they don't. They don't because they're cowards, and they're frightened to death of what you know.
Yeah,
and your ability to voice what you know.
And the thing is with that as well is that excuse me. I'm watching the blood pressure. It's I'm just going to read Dave's one there. Actually, the reason I came up with the name Vape Zone 2.5 years ago was to promote and showcase all things vape related without politics and dramas. But the further I get into the industry, the more I realise actually how much work is needed to make it a community.
Correct.
And not certain individuals. Now, what you will notice, again, this is my opinion, what you will notice is everybody, all of a sudden, that is getting lots of free shit will automatically put their hands up and lots of comments and say, I love this community. I'm going to do a giveaway or a gift away or fucking all this piss. And I'm going to give some stuff away. They don't give a fuck about any of the brands. That's all that stuff that they're giving away is money from the brands. They invest that money into promoting and marketing and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost nothing, but these people will treat it like it's nothing until they don't get it anymore. And then
as soon as the hands that feeds them is pulled back a little bit, they're onto the next product.
Yeah. And it will go on and on. We've seen it with the same brands, and there's multiple. We've seen it with the same brands. It quietens down, then they start doing giveaways, and other people go back to them. There's new people facing these businesses or brands, so their groups go back to them again because it's fresh faces, and they go on and on and on. It just goes round and round circles. That is not, in my eyes, a community whatsoever.
Bro, look back at January, and you got involved in this as DTM as well with Vaperesso. Vaperesso was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Quite rightly so, because these products that they're bringing out now are top quality, absolutely brilliant products, and they were everywhere. And all of the groups are all Vaperesso Barmy. How many of them now are you seeing that are Vaperesso Barmy? Disappeared.
Until very recently, when a lot of stuff has been going out again, and then everybody.
Correct. And then all of a sudden, wallop. Oh, yes, brilliant. Let's send some flowers. Let's throw some mucky knickers and all the rest of it at them and see what happens. You know, see what we can get. It's fake.
100%. 100%.
And the customers, where do they land in all of this? Bottom of the pile. Because they forgot about, because the free shit owners are clamouring for free product. So the customers are forgotten about. Only so much free stuff goes onto the market. Only a small portion of that ends up going out as gifts because a lot of it is retained and kept. And your customer is left dangling his toes in the water, or hair toes in the water, thinking, well, fucking hell, what happened there?
And what they do is they keep some of the stuff or whatever. They go on to second groups, which they work together on, because they're multi-moderators in each other's groups. And they'll do a giveaway with a raffle or with a competition or with various different stuff. And they make money out of the stuff that's given away.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's somebody completely different, and it's not. And there's no way of some of these brands to know that's the situation because
of course
they wouldn't know. But a lot of them are giving multiple groups with the same owners the same stuff, which means some people are getting 3 or 4 different boxes.
Lots of free shit. Yeah.
And it's the same people. They just don't realise it. And they won't because they don't listen to the people that try and
point them in the right direction.
But for us as a community, we've always said it. We've got a lot of people that I hate using the word loyal because some of these asshole companies try and use it a bit too much with their royals and all that pish. But look, the way I see people, there is loyal people. There is great people in this community. There's a lot of great people in this community that get used by the system.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's how it should be at all. But yeah, it is. People are loyal when they're getting free shit. The real loyal people are the ones that might get free shit, but they'll come to you when they need coils. They'll come to you when they need a couple of salts or a bottle of juice, or if you've got on. That's loyal people. It's not all about spending all your money and getting all your hardware with us or any other businesses or anything like that. It's not about that.
It isn't, and I think we've been incredibly lucky. I say we because obviously I'm retired, but I count myself as we. We've been incredibly lucky. The community that we have in what's now Backstage, etc. The people who watch the lives regularly, you know, they are genuine and sincere people, and they come for the fun, they come for the banter, they come for the competitions, and occasionally the free shit. But it's the entertainment side of things for me and you, certainly, that 3-4 years ago, we said, whatever we do, we want to make this as entertaining as possible.
Yep.
And, you know, that's hopefully sets us apart from everyone else. And I think it has done. And I think it's attracted the right people. Because there isn't anyone in that Backstage that I wouldn't bend over backwards for.
No,
Not literally to take a finger up the thumb up the bum, like
Stu,
but I'll leave that to Stu, but to help.
And all these groups that are getting the free shit are full of so-called promoters pushing the products to the other so-called promoters and not actual customers that they're supposed to be aimed at. Yeah. And that's another thing. That's another thing that is very, very true, because one of the words that has popped up a lot recently that never was before is promoters.
Wow.
There wasn't, back years ago, there wasn't promoters. There was people that promoted doing reviews and stuff like that. But it's like another, I know there is some legit, it's like Dave, for instance. Dave is a legit promoter. He promotes all day long. Look at his Instagram, all that stuff.
There's a lot of them and a lot of good ones as well.
Yeah. But a lot of these people will pop up, send people messages and say, he's a wanker. Do you know, right there, you talk about loyal people, you talk about decent people in the community, and we're lucky enough to have him on our team, and that's Paul. Paul says there, that's it, I know where I go for my stuff, and it's not for free shit. Paul is probably the most loyal person when you talk about loyalty that I think I have ever known in vaping. Paul was stood on and shot on years ago.
Oh, it was, big time.
Completely shot on. And he could have walked away from vaping completely, had nothing more to do with it, and he would have every right to do that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he hasn't done that, and he stays. He loves the vaping, he loves the banter, he loves doing what he does. Yeah. Everybody loves to see his face in the morning.
Absolutely.
And I'm not kissing your ass in any way, Paul, but Paul is one of the most legitimate, honest people there is. And if more people were like Paul, it would be a completely, that's community.
Yeah, he gets it. He really does, and always has done.
Adam Coombs is in the building.
Good afternoon, Mr. Coombs. Come on, Leeds. Saturday against Man U. Let's batter them. Sunday.
I thought you came to see me, yeah? I used to come for you, Cooper, but then you pissed off, so I had to settle for Wilson. So
and then I thought you come to see me on Broken Pattern now. And you put Kelly Hampton was the main reason.
Oh, really? I will fucking poke his eyes out when I come off this live, that bastard. You know what? Everything nice that I've said about Ace tonight, he's a fucking wanker.
He's not just jealous because you can't. He's. I fucked that up completely. Because he's in bed with Mistress, not you. That's what you're most broken-hearted about.
Well, you know, it's one of them. Pedigree as well. That's very true. Pedigree Paul. I was trying to remember the name earlier and I couldn't remember it because he is the dog food master.
You'll always be Posh Paul, the hot tub man to me.
Yeah,
and
but
Joanna Lumley.
It'd be a bit wrong, wouldn't it, in the hot tub with his dog food and his dogs plus the grannies.
Probably
enough room.
Probably a bit of hair floating about in that hot tub, right?
Yeah, that's what the granny.
Cooper would still go in the hot tub, right?
I bloody would. Yeah, I love hot tub, mate.
Yeah, he'd be in there. That's what an anal bead wearing ace driller wanker to you. Very true. Very true. But so yeah, so what? I mean, what's?
I think it's race time, don't you?
I think it is just about race time.
Well, we've got another race to do, haven't we? Yeah, definitely.
What is your thoughts on how it can be changed? Can it be changed? What needs to be done for it to change in the community?
You interestingly mentioned promoters. And yes, they used to be called reviewers, etc. Nowadays, they're labelled promoters. I think promoters have been hit badly by a lot of the community group influence as well. I think their access to product to be able to provide honest, integrity-based reviews has been limited by the influx of the same number. It's the same people over and over, just different group names that keep coming back and back and back for more and more and more. I think they've been as badly hit as the retailers have been by the proliferation of free shunting community groups. I wouldn't want to see an end to community groups. Community groups have a place in the vape community, and there can be a fantastic thing, full of really good people. There are a small number of people that are saturating access to wholesalers, suppliers, manufacturers in an attempt to market snatch and market grab. We saw this a couple of years ago with coil benders and Peter's attempts to dominate the market. Didn't happen because, eventually people do realise that if one manufacturer, one brand dominates a market, then the customer is affected because that brand can start dictating price, it can start pushing prices, it can start relabeling juices, relaunching it with something else, shutting down one business, opening up as another. Same with community groups, they shut down one, open up with another one, and it goes all guns a-blazing to this is the place for community, etc. When all that's happening is that the industry is being eroded. And if the industry is eroded by that, then the customer's choice and options are eroded. And I think sooner the larger manufacturers and larger brands wake up to that, the better.
It's like I say, when you go on a group page like one of the ones you're talking about, you go on and all you see is the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
That is the sole reason why your numbers in your groups don't go up.
Yeah.
Or they go up a lot quicker if there was content for everybody. And I'm not just talking about our content. I'll read that on in a minute. I'm not talking about our products or anything like that. I'm not. It might come across that I'm trying to say we should be able to put stuff on your pages or your groups, wherever. I don't mean that. I mean everybody. We've got a lot of reviews, juice reviews and stuff coming up with other brands and stuff like that. And you don't see some of these. You don't see in that many places, and it's because these groups have been told by certain people that it's only their stuff that's to go on there. You won't be receiving their care packs with their free juice and their free shit. But which, by the way, from one in particular, just because we know, take out several different juices, which are in fact the same juices they've had out before in a different name.
Over and over.
Very, very similar. It's gone out of date, so they just rebottle it and or relabel it, and everyone thinks they've got new juice. Carry on a minute, Cooper. I'm fucking.
Check blood pressure.
I'm not checking it.
It's not.
I just don't get it. People disappear for a while. They come back, and when they come back, they try and do the same things that they've done. I mean, look, we've said it quite openly before. We've been offered cash money before, to take groups out.
Yeah.
And we point blank refused.
Refused. No chance.
Because it's never ever going to happen. And we have all that proof, all that evidence, and that stays in the old archives, in case it ever needed to be shown. There's no need for it. There's no space for it. If you want to have a community, let everybody have their slice. Let everybody have their time to decide what they want. They might not want our stuff. They might not want this person's or that person's or whatever. They might not want that. But yeah, as long as the customers are getting what they want, I couldn't give a fuck personally.
Yeah.
If they buy from us or they buy from another one, well, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as, because for me, and you know, I've said it before, after the last year, it's nice to come on a live and have a laugh or talk about this, like do the singing thing or have the game show or whatever we do. It's nice to be able to come on and do that. And in turn, you can do a bit of promo for certain different businesses or whatever and stuff like that. And everyone's coming here. Surely that is what a community should be, that they all claim to be.
Absolutely should be. It should not be about their own personal wants and needs. It should be providing value, providing entertainment, and providing quality for your customers.
He said, I actually want to see honest promoters that actually say if a product is shit, then bloody well say so. This is what companies and brands want for success.
It is.
We have always said, when we do a review, you will not get a more honest review. Because if we don't like the juice, we'll tell you we don't like
We'll
the
say
juice.
so.
It can be
we always have done.
And we've always said the same with all of our products. And we have proved it over the years that if anyone comes and says, I'd like to see that salt a little bit different, or I'd like to see that juice a little bit different, we have changed it.
We do.
To see if it works. And if it worked, we kept it that way. If it hasn't, we went back to what we had.
Yeah.
And most decent companies will do the same thing, because if that's what the customer wants, that's what you give them.
Correct. The bottom line is demand only exists from your customers.
Mick said
never been in any industry unless there is a demand for your products. If it isn't there, you can't force people to demand it.
I'll just leave that one.
They shit on so many people, including their own pedo face. Ought to fuck right off. Yeah, you ought to.
Good to see you back, Mick.
Yeah.
If you don't like a product, say so and say why. Exactly that.
You see, up till about 4 or 5 years ago, Dave, the reviewers, and I call them reviewers because that's what they were at the time, were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, we've given products and they've come back and said they're crap. Do you want me to put the video up? Yeah, put the video up, because if it's crap, our customers need to know it's crap.
Yeah,
and we will order it. You put a video up saying this juice is wonderful, and we spend 500 quid on product that's never going to frigging sell. You haven't done me any favors.
Yeah.
Reviews have to be honest.
And the thing is, if people see, I don't know, maybe I see things different, whatever. But like I say, if people review your juice, for instance, for hours or salts, whatever, and somebody will come to you and say, I don't like it, then that's fine. Like that's if they think, do you know what, you've got a nice pineapple juice, for instance, but that would be nice with this in it, or that in it, or just on its own. Well, we can make that happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big job to try and accommodate everybody, if you know what I mean.
And the thing is as well, feedback is so important to us as retailers. If we don't get honest feedback, we carry on with the same stuff that people don't like. It's because we think they like it. Feed it back. Let us know. Let us know what the difference is that would convince you to buy that juice. When we ask reviewers to come in and review juice, it's not to blow smoke up our ass.
Yeah.
It's to give us genuine feedback that we can base our products around.
Hang on, I've just got one that needs a YouTube asshole. Paul said, I've had people say they will send me free juice if I'll do my good morning vid with it. I've always said, no thank you, I only do them with juice or salt that I like, and that is the honesty that we need. Ace says, same here, Paul. I got asked by a few brands to promote things that I've never tried, and they couldn't get their head around the fact I wouldn't do it for the sake of it.
Yeah.
100%. Dave says pineapple.
No.
I like pineapple. I like pineapple. If we're talking pineapple.
Whatever does Ace mean by that comment?
I don't know, but I love pineapple.
I like pineapple.
I do. Are we going to have this race?
We're going to have this race.
Let's have a race.
Cooper can't comment, so I'm going to put a hashtag in.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to get a drink while you're having this race. Orbs, shut your eyes. I'm standing up.
God's sake.
Well, I was going to stand up, but I can't grab my chair. Yeah, I can.
No, nobody likes pineapple here.
It could be a spoiler, Matt. You never know. Just you need to be watching tomorrow night to find out. Hashtag
Pineapple.
What your foot doesn't fall out your shorts?
Yeah. I'll show you my shorts if you want.
No, I said make sure your tip doesn't fall out your shorts.
There we have a hashtag. Pineapple should only be added to pizzas. Mick, I 100% agree with you.
Oh,
Pineapple should be on pizza.
it should.
100%.
What pizza do we have?
Oh, no.
A pineapple one.
Pineapple.
The wife loves it. Not for me.
Yep.
And barbecue chicken. Did I? No.
Pineapple should be on gammon. That's what it should be on.
Oh,
Loads of it on gammon.
Mm-hmm.
We should have one Sunday.
Yeah, we should
have a gammon roast.
Love gammon and pineapple.
Dave said, did I just see Cooper's leg? No, that was his breast. That was his breast coming out of the short. We have a
see them as well if you want. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not fussy.
Don't make me laugh. I've got a stitch.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is what a retired pair of baps look like. Right there.
I worked very hard for a lot of years to get up to 27 stone.
Fuck me, when's popped back in when the free shit's going? How's it going, Billy?
Leeds.
No, he's one of the ones that take it, though. He takes it. All day long, he'll take the abuse, and he gives it back.
He does. When's a Yorkshireman? He knows what banter's about. Exactly, Mick. Exactly.
Why should not piss off in this?
Unless the pizza arrives in an hour and a half late and is stone cold. Very true. Don't piss off the mistress. There's a hashtag. It's a hashtag.
Oh, that's a dig at us, isn't it? Unless the pizza arrives an hour and a half late and is stone cold. Prick.
Wayne says, go fuck yourself. I'm eating your cock. There's no way that even Cooper's baps would have put you off eating. If you pay £7 for a fucking pasty, Oggy Poggy, actually we went past there the other day.
Yesterday.
So I know exactly where you got it from yesterday.
I've missed somebody. I don't know who it is. Cooper, you having a clown?
What am I doing? I'm having a clown. Of course I'm having a bloody clown. I'm commentating on them.
I didn't say you having a clown. I said you are a clown.
Oh, thank you very much.
I mean.
But it does look. Look at number 1, 2, 3, and then look at Cooper. It's exactly the same.
Oh, so you're
number 5, actually.
What?
I'm not.
Classically handsome.
No, it looks like you've been working underneath the underfinch.
I was under there the other day, bro, just to have a look at the exhaust system.
Just have a look.
Well, I wanted to look because there's a lot of it.
Why is it a dig at you? Did you make the pizza and drive around for hours before filming?
No, I was
a comma
getting
would
you
go
pissed.
well in that sentence.
Just
Very true.
to Ace for me, I sat and got you pissed while I was playing Cards Against Disney. So no, I wasn't driving around. Plus, I can't drive legally. Anyway.
That pizza, they arrived and surprised us one night and more for the night, and we ordered a pizza. Now the pizzas here are awesome. This pizza arrived this night, and it was the most fucking horrendous pizza I have ever seen in my life. You literally pick it up and fucking smash it into pieces.
I reckon you would have knocked Dave out with it.
It must have been sat in a car for ages and ages. Disgusting. But then that comes automatically translated as girlfriend, I'm eating coke. You're probably just about to get a ban, Mistress. Facebook will pick that one up.
Yeah, but they can't really do anything. She didn't say she was sniffing it.
No, but we know what Facebook's like.
But is it really Facebook?
Well, we don't know.
As Cooper would say, it's the algorithm.
Yeah, I blame them a lot. I've
been waiting all night for something to come up for me to go and say that.
So we need to do this race. How many have we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 for the race.
Oh man, I got a stitch. Oh, now he's changed to number 3, I think, isn't it?
And then, no, it's still number 3.
Yeah, it was number 5.
Cooper's number 3. He's been under the underbench.
Oh, I like it.
I would tell you the name that I used to get called as a kid, but I would be done for racism. I need to tell you about the Chinese guy straight after this.
Can I tell him what you were called? Can I tell him what you were called, Ben?
No, of course we'll get done for racism.
I'll put it in the comments. Go.
Here we go.
Come on, 3. Just come on, 3, really. 5 takes an early lead, but it's not a big lead. 1, 2, and 5 are just in position at the front. 3 and 4 just behind them. 6 is turning off a little bit. 7 and 8 is putting in a decent effort on the far side. We're at 25 seconds. And there's 4 across the front. 8 and 4 leading the race. 8's taken a little foothold in this one, but 3's looking good. 3's looking good for a late surge from the back. 5 and 6 is 6 that looks to be putting the effort in now, but I don't think this race is over. Watch the best from number 2. Will it hold? Will 2 hold? No, it won't. 4's done the job. 4's done the job.
Would you believe?
You can't read it if you try.
Number 4 again is Ace.
Bloody hell, it's Ace's night tonight.
Twice he's got his name on that.
I reckon you should give it to Mistress.
He should give it to Mistress. He should. Wayne says, thought you'd race midgets. Midgets night off tonight. Stuart really goes deep into the midgets. That sounded completely wrong. But
Clown 1 didn't look very tall.
No, now all the clouds are bent over. I'm not understanding why.
They're waiting for Stuart to come behind the driller.
They're expecting Stu to pop in.
They're waiting for Driller Dave to come round and then drill him more because they lost.
To give him a good drilling. That could be what it is.
I reckon it is.
So,
thank you.
It's entertaining. I mean, before we go, I mean, you've been tied up since October, since you retired. You've been looking over the groups. You've been looking over the vaping community as a whole. I mean, I would probably reckon that everybody in this chat would be expecting the inaugural Cooper rant about the community. Would you like to dip your toes in that water tonight?
Stay clear of scammers, stay clear of sexual predators, and enjoy your time in the groups. Simple as that. Don't follow the ones that are free shitting all the time. Go and join the decent groups that are genuine community. Look at Ash's group. That's a great example of a group that is genuinely trying to build a decent community and not get involved in the tittle-tattle. Your scammers and your sexual predators will bring you out with bother.
Tell us about Chinese. Oh, I've got to tell you about Chinese. Right, so yesterday, I woke up in one of them, Cooper knows these well. The mornings I wake up and I have to have a little bit of a rant because I'm feeling a bit,
Yeah.
annoyed at all the stuff. So
Stop. Let me stop you there. You have to do it exactly the same as you did it yesterday, as it won't work.
So Orbs had to get her nails done. So what I done was if it takes an hour, I'll just sit in the car. If it takes 3 hours, I'll just sit in the car.
Yeah.
She goes in, how's her time to get her nails done and all that stuff, whatever. And I'll sit and I'll flick through Facebook or whatever. And I'm sitting there making some ads and some promos and stuff like that. And out the corner of my eye, right next door to there is a Chinese restaurant, Ocean City Chinese, you prick. Right next door. And I seen the guy come out and going into his car. So straight away, I start the car, I pull out to let him get his car out. Because it's not his drive, it's between the two businesses.
Yeah.
And it's for anyone that needs to park in there. So I pulled out. And he drove past, and that was fine. I reversed back into the space and that because nobody else was in that bit, so they didn't get in or out. If they had, I would have moved and let them get back in or whatever.
Absolutely.
I'm sitting minding my own business, twiddling my thumbs, thinking, I wonder how beautiful Orb's nails will be when she comes out.
Yeah,
and
clearly.
I'll look around sausages and things like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
So just sitting there, just minding my business, And this fucking roaster, out the corner of my eye, I see this car pulling up alongside with this guy that came out of the Chinese. And I heard him saying something, and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? So I wound down the window. Well, I didn't. I pressed my electric button.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the one in the Underfinch.
Yeah.
And he said, dickhead, don't park on my fucking space. So with that, maybe me, I go straight for the door handle. Because at this point, that was enough for me to open my car door, pull him out the fucking thing and put him right through his fucking window.
Yeah.
And before I could even get out, he goes, fuck you, asshole! And fucking drives off of me.
So I'm taking it wasn't Bruce Lee then?
Fuck, it might have been. I was, honestly, I never had the watch on. I never done the fucking heart. If I had done the pressure, it would have been through the ceiling. I'm not even joking. It was one of them where I completely lost it in the car. I sent her a message, so I'm getting arrested in a minute. I'm a fucking kid. This guy's getting it, like. And I thought to myself, that is your local business owner who is hanging out the window of his car,
shouting dickhead at a potential customer.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm only fucking sat here. All he had to do was say, can you move? So I waited. She was another hour and a half or so after that. I sat there and I'm fucking looking. I've got my both wing mirrors. And I'm sitting there like, come back. Just come back. You're Audi. Come back. Yeah, come back. Just come back round that corner.
Yeah, yeah.
If he did, I'm not even telling you, he would have been in his own fucking fryer. But honestly, I don't understand people. I don't fucking understand people. What, like, there's no need for it, like. There's no need. You're a business owner, a local business owner who gets a lot of custom from people like us. We don't go there because it's shit, by the way, Ocean City Chinese. Why, though? Why?
Because they're fucking idiots.
I don't get it. A business owner surely should be a pillar of the community.
Yeah.
Should be somebody with a lot of respect for the people that spend money in their shop.
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't hang out the window saying, fuck you, asshole.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? But no, you don't get that. Ash Clare will probably know that Chinese. The next time you're in there, fucking nut the guy for me and tell him I'll be in fucking see him soon.
No,
actually, she broke a nail. And I have to go back today. So we went back today, and I'm sitting in the car. I sat right over the drive on purpose today. And I got a bag of crisps and a bottle of hot chocolate. And I sat there looking, and he never appeared. I was heartbroken.
I should
Gutted.
so I don't agree.
I thought he lived down there.
Not
Do you know what though, bro? I always find that patience is the key to these things. Now, you'll remember back a couple of years ago when my mum had her strokes and I was travelling my dad backwards and forwards to hospital 3 times a day. I went to back off the drive and there was a little red, don't know what it was, Fiat or something or other, parked across the drive and I couldn't get out of it. So I waited and waited and waited 15 minutes before this woman turned up. And I said, excuse me, love, in future, do you mind if you didn't... There's a big sign saying, please don't block the entrance, disabled. So she started having a right go. I said, I was only gone a few minutes. I said, well, I've been sat in my car for 15 minutes, so it's more than a few minutes. She said, I can park wherever I want. I said, can you? All right, fair enough. I said, your time will come. That's 2 years ago. The good thing is she had a private number plate. It was V1CX something or other. I've forgotten it, Vic. Now, over Christmas, just after New Year, I went to Tesco Express, top of our street. And lo and behold, there, parked in the far side parking lot, a single space on its own, was a little red Fiat with a number plate, VC1X something or other. So I pulled right up behind it, got out my car, locked my door, and went in Tesco Express. And she was being served. I only wanted a couple of bottles of water and a bottle of milk or something or other. So I perused that shop for 30 minutes. When I come out of the store, she was fucking fuming. What you fucking parked there for? Fucking effing blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, I do apologise. I was only gone a few minutes. Smiled nicely and walked off. It was at that point she realised who I was. Patience and karma.
Yeah. Mick says it there. Karma, just saying. And Mistress says subtitles are great. Apparently, he is a pillar of the canoe.
A bummer of the commune.
Yeah. I just don't understand. Some people, I really don't. The world has had enough grief in the last 2 years to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
A whole other show wouldn't even cover what should be said about that.
Yeah.
Whether it's all true, whether it's not, why everything's been dropped all of a sudden when absolutely everybody had to stay at home and all that shit and whatever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a fucking job.
It's a whole. If, in my opinion, if it was that serious,
I'm not saying
there wouldn't have been these parties and stuff like that because they would have been so scared to do anything like that that would not have happened.
I'm not saying COVID's not a thing and all of that, but look at ours. Maisie said it once. Trinity said it twice.
Yeah.
We escaped it. But I get thousands of people died, but where was Soldier when they were all fucking dying?
Yeah.
At times like these, I like to remember the words of the very great John Lydon, also known as Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. He once offered this to Muse. He once said, do you ever feel like you've been cheated? What do you mean you do?
Yeah.
The wife just said she does.
So now I know she is.
Oh dear. Hey, I've enjoyed being back. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, it's been good. It's been good. And it's thanks for everyone that's come in and stayed and whatever. I was just going to ask you where to do the roundup for the week. He probably fucking.
I've got a fucking clue. Just keep watching.
You should.
Considering he's memorised.
Saturday night. It's gone back an hour, hasn't it? It's 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
7 p.m. Saturday night. Takeaway. Takeover. It's not takeout. Anyway, 7 p.m. Come on here, because there's some games to be played, and I'm playing one of them. Monday night. Time. Is that an 8 o'clock one?
Not sure yet about Monday because.
Well, it might be. It might be. And also Wednesday night, it might be. Ace and the Mistress.
That will be updated. Mick says he's washing his pubes at 7. Guys,
not permanent setting him again, Mick.
Saturday night takeover tomorrow night. We
takeover.
Film the competition. We are having a full game show tomorrow night. The prizes in the DTM auctions so far will contain a Vativ, a mech. There will be a mech in there, and there will be another. We've always got one of the boxes as a surprise. All three have hardware, and all three have merch and juice and salts in them all. As promised, you fill the competition. You fill the competition. We will fill those boxes, and not just that, but the other games we will be playing as well. And there is some real nice prizes for them as well. So make sure you're there at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Absolutely. There is a ridiculous amount to be won, boys and girls. If you're not there, why not? If you're not in backstage, joining in the games, what is wrong with you? And while you're about it, get your salt subscriptions in, because this shit does not get any better.
And you have to be there tomorrow night to see the big announcement.
Of course. I'll be there.
Tomorrow night is when we shine.
Go on, bed.
No, we go really out to tea.
Probably was.
Need a bit of a...
See, when you're a bit rude and that, you know what I mean? And you're fucking camping and doing this and that and whatever. But mad for it and that. That's
Mad for it.
So be there. Wilson will fill your boxes and play his games and win his auctions. Very true. Catch you in the flip side. Guys, thank you very much. Cooper, thank you. It's a pleasure as always to see you.
Loved it.
We'll see you again soon.
You will.
We are in the throes of doing our new late night podcast on YouTube. We're preparing for that at the moment. Cooper will be on there for a chat at some point as well about all things Cooper and all things life.
Not the underfincher.
So that
we might feature the underfinch. I'll get back underneath and get some more photos of the exhaust for you.
It's not yours though.
No, it says, but you know.
Stop pretending to be somebody you're not.
What's mine is theirs, and what's theirs is theirs.
Very true. Very true. And that deserves one of them.
It does. I'm right, you know.
Because that's how we do. And before we go, there is only one thing to say, and that is from that guy over there. I'll just show you my arm because it's cool as fuck. That guy over there, who is back for one and only from retirement, but no doubt we'll see him again. He's had his pops out tonight. He said his bit. He's been very tame as normal. Not as normal, but he's very tame tonight. Maybe next time he'll go over the edge.
Getting paid.
But all of you out there, go fuck yourselves, because it is a big mic drop from him.
And an incredibly joyous return. I've enjoyed it very, very much. I will have to just show Orbs my ass before I go there. You know, just a quick look at my shorts and what have you. There you go. But I've very much enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed watching me again for a little while talk bollocks. And I'll see you all in the very near future. But until then, I'll do it with a salt, which is a salt drop from me.
He fucked it.
And no, it was supposed to be from me. He's supposed to say from him, but
from him. From him.
It's just,
I've forgotten which way to point as well now.
Back to front.
And are you going? We will see you tomorrow night, guys. Until then, go and send some knickers.